Hey everyone, it's SG Holyman, and welcome to my Game of the Year 2021 video. It has been quite a while since I've done one of these. I didn't do one last year. Sorry about that. Anyway, before I get into the video, I would like to go over my own personal rules for my Game of the Year. So I'm going to have my honorable mentions, which are 3, and a top 5. Then after that, I'll tell you which one is my personal Game of the Year. I also like to break it up into different categories. So I have the most time I've played a game and the most fun I've had with the game. And then there's my actual game of the year because I don't think that just because you put a lot of time into a game or just because you had a lot of fun with a game necessarily means that it's the game of the year. Best example being The Last of Us. That's not the most fun game I've played, but that's definitely one of the best games I've played. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Also, just would like to mention that this is going to be in alphabetical order. So, yeah, not really a ranking, but it's just what I'm going to do. So, anyway, with that out of the way, I'll get into the game I played the most, and it's usually Destiny 2. So, I don't even have to look at the time. I usually tell you how much time I played. Not even going to look because I already know. But I'm actually not going to count Destiny 2 because every year would be Destiny 2. So, outside of Destiny 2, the game I played the most this year was actually a game that came out last year, and that was Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut. So, if I would have done a Game of the Year video last year, Ghost of Tsushima probably would have been my Game of the Year. And I was really happy to replay it again on PS5. Got the Platinum Trophy again. And then I also did the Iki Island expansion and did everything you can on that. So I don't actually know. I couldn't find where to see how much time you spent playing that game, but I think I put close to 80 or 90-ish hours. It was around there. I played it for a long time. So the game I personally enjoyed playing the most this year was Metroid Dread. I personally love the Metroidvania genre, but fun fact, I'd actually never played a Metroid game before this year. I played Super Metroid on Nintendo Switch Online for a couple hours. I really enjoyed it. I got really sick though, and I just kind of stopped playing it for a few weeks. Then I tried to go back, kind of forgot everything, so I just dropped it. But I played Metroid Dread when it came out. Absolutely loved it. It's probably the most fun I've had this year with a game. And spoilers, I guess I'm going to talk about it a little more later. But yeah, with those two categories out of the way, I think I'll get into my honorable mentions. First up in my honorable mentions is Kena Bridge of Spirits. A little bit of a plug. I did a review. You can find a little bit more in-depth discussion there. But really quick with Kena, beautiful game. It's pretty short. It's like 12 hours and I did everything. Almost have the platinum. I just really wish they would have had New Game Plus so I could do the master mode, I think is what it was called. The most challenging difficulty. I could just do it again, breeze through it, get the platinum. Really enjoyable game though. It's a old school PlayStation 2 3D platformer. I highly enjoyed it. Really good story. Gameplay was fun enough. Pretty simple. Gorgeously animated. Love the world. And yeah, like I said, really enjoy it. The only thing is that I think there was just more games that I enjoyed better than it. So that's why it's in my honorable mentions. Next up is Persona 5 Strikers. And I don't think it's a secret. Persona 5 Royal is probably my favorite game of all time now. I love Persona 5. And when they announced Strikers, I was a little skeptical because I'd never actually played a Musou game. Like I said, never played any of the Dynasty Warriors or any of that, but it was Persona 5, so I had to play it, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I like what they did integrating everything that made Persona 5 cool into that style of game. They did their best to kind of emulate it, and I like that the story took place about 6 months after the end of the main game. And yeah, you can kind of say it's a little bit of a sequel. I think they did say that some of the writers came in and helped with the story. My only thing about Persona 5 Strikers is that while it was fun, kind of wish I was just playing a regular RPG. So it's a great game, but yeah, I don't know. I would rather play regular Persona 5. And then third and final on my honorable mentions is Psychonauts 2. And I'm going to be completely honest, the only reason Psychonauts 2 is in my honorable mentions is I haven't played it enough. And that's simply because I'm streaming it. Plug again, sorry. And so I haven't gotten through the game enough to confidently say whether or not it would be in my top 5. I get the sneaking suspicion it actually would be, but other than that, I love the game. It's gorgeous. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the art style. Psychonauts 2 is just so good. It's just really good, and it's a shame I couldn't play it more before I made this list. So those are my honorable mentions. So now I'll get into my top 5 games of 2021. So first game in my top 5 is Deathloop. And like Psychonauts 2, it's a game I haven't finished. I'm playing it right now. And honestly, I've played enough of it to just tell you it's one of my top 5 games of the year. It's so good if you haven't played it. If you didn't know, it's made by the same guys who made Dishonored 2, so Arcane Studios. And it feels kind of like an evolution of those games. It took me a minute to get into it because I had played Dishonored and Dishonored 2, so I went into it trying to be extremely stealthy like you can in those games. And then once I kind of realized that, I can be more aggressive and I can actually use all of my powers. Because like in Dishonored and Dishonored 2, if you like to play it stealthily like I do, you can't, sure, there's 3 or 4 powers you can use, and maybe it's just the way I play, that are really good for that. You can't use your whole arsenal because the ending of those games is dictated by how many people you kill throughout the game in total. So if you want the best ending, you have to be non-stealth. In this game, it doesn't matter. So you can use everything, and it's so fun. Once I just started being aggressive, yep, the game's a blast. And I like that it's a puzzle game. It's just one giant mystery puzzle game, just starting to, it's just fun figuring it out and just figuring out what to do and what times to do where. It's just so good. I just love Deathloop. I can't wait to finish it. It's one of my favorite games this year. Next up in my top 5 is Guilty Gear Strive. And it's definitely one of my favorite games of the year. I wish I would have played it more. I got sick with COVID, and that kind of derailed me for 2 weeks because I didn't play anything for 2 weeks. And then when I came back, I believe Ghost of Tsushima had come out, so started playing that. I just didn't get back to Guilty Gear. I've been trying to get back into it. It's really fun. It's nothing like Xrd. It's definitely... It's more simple execution-wise, but it did not lose any of the depth. It has the best Roman cancel system of any of the Guilty Gears. All the new characters they're putting in through DLC seem a lot of fun. Happy Chaos is insane. Biking's going to be a thing, but yeah, I love Guilty Gear Strive. I like just the animation; it's so gorgeous. The fighting system is fun, and yeah, I really like the game. I need to get back into it so bad. But anyway, moving on. The game that you're seeing right now, Life is Strange: True Colors. So, I'm a really big fan of the first Life is Strange. Before the Storm was pretty fun. And if I remember right, Deck Nine made True Colors, which was the same team that made Before the Storm, and not Dotenod, who made the first one and I believe the second one. And I played the first episode of Life is Strange 2. I didn't finish it because it seemed like it was good. I just wasn't feeling it. Holy crap, this game is great. Some of the best facial animation I've ever seen. The art style is really good, and I just adore all the characters. A lot of the choices were fun to pick. The Alex's power is one of the most interesting I've ever seen. I like the idea of being able to read emotions, feel what people are feeling, and then helping them through with stuff. And then later on, I guess spoilers, needing to choose if you're going to take away an emotion and like what that'll do is really interesting. I don't think they nailed that, but it's just really cool to think about. And Haven Springs is just a really neat little Colorado town. And it's honestly the first game in a while where I was actually kind of sad when it ended. Like, yeah, there's wavelengths, and that was fun, but like, I just wanted more of Life is Strange: True Colors. Like, it's just really good. Like, I don't know, I love that game. But anyway, moving on, Metroid Dread, top 5 game. As I said earlier, really fun. Kind of a hard game too. I really appreciate it nowadays when games just don't hold your hand. Like this game, Metroid Dread will tell you what you need to do. Like, yeah, you need to go here. They don't tell you how to get there. You got to figure it out. And like finding all the collectibles and stuff. It's like, yeah, they have like a general area of where something will be. They're not going to tell you where it is. You got to figure it out. I just really enjoyed that. The combat was super smooth, very fast. I liked it. I really like the upgrade system. Samus is a cool character. Metroid's not like it has a story, but it's not why you play the games. And the story of this one was actually pretty cool. Like it's a lot of suggested story, and like you just got to really pay attention to what's going on. But man, dude, like it's just so fun. I think I finished with 89% completion. I really wish I would have finished with 100%. I don't think it changes the ending or anything, but I don't know. That game's so fun. It's so fluid. The environments are all really cool. I like, as I said, the combat's really fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's really the only Switch game I've played to completion this year. There's a lot of other Switch games I've played, but like just for one reason or another, I just didn't stick with them. But Metroid Dread, it's just so fun. And my final game in my top 5 is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Sorry. And yeah, it was actually really close for what game I had the most fun with this year. It's so fun. So I guess a little bit about me. The only other Ratchet and Clank game I played was the 2016 reboot. So I went into this one. The gunplay in it is so much fun. The Rift and Tether system, it's a lot of fun. Just zipping around all the environments, exploring, collecting everything, upgrading your weapons. Story's pretty fun. The characters are pretty goofy. I like them. And yeah, it's just really impressive what they were able to do. It is a showcase game for the PS5. But it's a really impressive showcase game. It doesn't feel like it. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess Knack for the PS4. Not a great game, but it showed you what the PS4 was capable of. Ratchet and Clank shows you what the PS5 is capable of, but it's a way better game. And like I said, so smooth. I like all the guns. They all feel powerful. And oh yeah, Rivet. Rivet's a cool character. I really like Rivet and a lot of the new characters they introduced. But yeah, it's just a really solid game. So with my top 5 now done, I'll tell you what my game of the year is. So my personal game of the year for 2021 is Life is Strange: True Colors. Probably could tell by the way I was talking about it, but yeah, it's so good. I get that it's not for everybody, and that's fine. I really enjoyed it. Also, just on a personal note, came out. Well, I started playing it at about the right time, and so yeah, I would say like I again not for everybody. I would say give it a shot. It's pretty short. But yeah, I wanted more of it, and just it's so good. But anyway, that's really it for my game of the year 2021. Hopefully, I can get back to more recording videos, more traditional videos, uploading to YouTube on a more regular basis. And yeah, I'm still streaming over on Twitch, and I still upload the occasional playthrough onto YouTube. But yeah, I need to get back to recording what I've been doing and more reviews and a bunch of other stuff for 2021. Kind of get my channel back on track. And spoilers, I guess, I got a PC. My desk is coming tomorrow, so hopefully I can find a spot for it, and get it all hooked up, and then get a capture card, and I'll have proper setups and stuff so I can actually use proper recording uh, materials and like a proper stream setup. That'll be nice. I'm excited for that. But anyway, that's the end of this video. So in the comments below, tell me what you thought of this video, what's your personal game of the year from last year, and all that good stuff. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, go ahead and like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more game reviews, playthroughs, just vlog videos, I guess. I need to come up with a new outro. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.